Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today what I'm going to show you is how to crochet these cute little hearts and or to make this cute little heart container. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell. So you can make either one of these based on what I'm going to show you today as far as how to make the starting base for this, and we're going to end up making this whole thing here. For these, so let's say look at the smaller one. This is the smaller size. For this, you can make it out of cotton or you can make it out of acrylic. Like this one's out of acrylic, and so I can kind of use that. Maybe I would pop my stitch markers on there or use it for some kind of storage like that. The ones that are a little bit bigger, we may be able to use those for maybe a coaster, which is perfectly appropriate for a coaster. It's those kinds of things. If you're going to put hot drinks on these, I would certainly recommend not using acrylic. You would want to use a cotton yarn if you're going to use anything for hot, like in the kitchen, something like that. So for my little container here, you can see it's similar. A little container, put a little lid on it, and inside I have some candies in there. And so it's kind of cute. You can have fun with it. The different colors you see, I have the red, pink, and the white, and certainly have fun with it and make it your own. For items that you will need supplies, I'm going to use a 4-weight yarn. I'm going to use pink. You can pick any 4-weight that you want, any colors that you want. Other items that you will need, if you're going to make the container with me, you might want to grab a little bit of ribbon. I got this at Walmart for like 47 cents. I'm going to use an I9 5.5 millimeter hook, and you'll see me interchange probably between the Clover and the Hobby Lobby. I also got, this is not mandatory, I got some floral wire at Dollar Tree, and this is just to make the container a little bit more sturdy. You would not need it for these guys, but if you're going to make the container, you might want to have that. And then also, don't forget your darning needle. You will need 1 stitch marker, and this again not mandatory, and a pair of scissors. So grab your supplies and let's get cooking. Alright, let's begin. Go ahead and create a slip stitch and then chain 3. Chain 3, and then in that very first chain over here, put 2 single crochets. One and 2. After you grab it. And that completes row 1. Chain 1 and turn. And then we now have 2 single crochets. You want to put 2 single crochets in each stitch. So 1, 2, 1 and 2. That moves us up to 4. Chain 1 and turn. And then the first stitch here, you have 4 stitches. Put 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 2 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and then 1 single crochet in the last stitch of the row. And that will move us up from 4 stitches to 6 stitches. Chain 1 and turn. It'll start looking like that. And you should have 6 stitches. 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 2 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the last stitch. Okay, and that should move us up to 8 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8. Chain 1, 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 2 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet each in the next 4 stitches. And you're getting the gist of this now, right? 3, 4, 2 single crochet in the next stitch after that, and then 1 single crochet in the final stitch of the row. And you can see it's starting to make her little peak here. Okay. Straighten that out a little bit. Chain 1. Same process. 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 2 single crochet in the second stitch, and then on this row we did 4 the last time, right? And so we're going to do 6 single crochet in the next 6 stitches. And you already know the drill now, right? Then 2 single crochet, and then the last one is going to have 1 single crochet, and that will bring us up to 12 stitches across. 1, 2. And if you need to stop or put me on pause, go ahead and do that. All right, so we should have 12 stitches across right here. Go ahead and count yours to make sure that you have 12. I got a knot here. Hold on, let me fix it. All right, I'm back. I got my knot out. So we have our 12 across here. Chain 1 and turn. And we are not going to crochet in this first stitch right here. We're going to go into the next one. We're going to single crochet each stitch all the way across. Okay, now we're ready for a little cleanup work. We have our 12 across here. We're just going to turn sideways, and what we're going to do is single crochet down the side and then back up the other side. So you don't need to chain 1, just single crochet down the side. And when you get to the bottom, you're going to single crochet down the side to clean it up. When you get to this bottom stitch down here, you're going to put 3 single crochets in here to make the curve of the corner, and then come back up this side, and then when you get up to this edge right here, you're going to slip stitch to join, and I'll meet you there. And there is my slip stitch. All right, so this is where your stitch marker comes into play. Count over from 6 from either side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's going to mark your center, so that way you know where it's at. Okay, and you should still have 6 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Now the third chain over, you're going to put in 9 double crochets. Make sure they're fairly tight, at least for the first couple. Otherwise your heart will look kind of funny. Once you have your 9 double crochets in, you want to skip 2, make sure you're counting, and then you want to slip stitch in the third, and it's actually going to be exactly where your stitch marker is. So you can take your stitch marker out, skip 2, slip stitch into the third, and that's going to give you your little debit there for the heart. Now we're going to skip 2 more chains, and in the third chain you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put in 9 double crochets. And again, same as before, make sure it's fairly tight on the first ones. And now that you've done your 9, I got 1 more here, then all you're going to do is join over there. So you're going to go to your last stitch and you are going to slip stitch to join. And there is your heart. So from here, everything now is just adding on. Okay, so your heart's complete. And so if you were going to make this small little coaster here, if you wanted to do that, I mean, let's say you want to do just the same color, you would chain one and go all the way around, single crochet, and then bind off, and you would have this guy. Okay, that is actually what I just changed colors on that and made the outside red. This guy here is just 2 rows, so I did a row of single crochet around, and then the second row I did a chain. I did a single crochet, chain 3, skip 2 to make this one. But that's where we're at. And then, like I say, the sky's the limit. This one here, here's the middle section. It's already there. I did an extra row of single crochet here, second row of single crochet, and then I changed colors and went, these are half double crochet, red and white. I just alternated between, but it doesn't look like it. But yep, we have the base of what we need to make all of these 3 things right here already. It's just putting your sky's the limit for your imagination, just popping them in. But we're going to continue on to make this guy, to make the little container. Okay, and so what we're going to do here is we are going to chain 1 here, and then we are going to do a front post single crochet all the way around, grabbing the front post only and going all the way around. You want to use your stitch marker because it's going to be hard to know where you were in this guy. And so that's all. What we're going to do is this first round is going to be a front post only single crochet, and the same as before, when you get down to the point, you're going to put 3 single crochets in the point down here when you get there, now when you go all the way around. And then there's another little add-on bonus here too, is at the top of the hearts we have to do something. All right, so I'm going to let you start with that, and you can see I'm doing the front post. I'm going to stand up, and I will meet you right up here because we need to do a little modification there too. All right, I am in the curve on the top part of the heart. When you get to the curve, instead of doing 1 front post single crochet in the corner, you want to do 2. And that is to keep it from curling up on you. And you're going to want to do that on each corner as you go around. So yeah, so I just put 2 in there, and then I'm going to keep going with 1 everywhere else. And then when you get to this center, that's where I'm at now. When you get to this center here, instead of doing a single crochet, you're going to reach down and you're going to do a slip stitch in there to keep that nice and tight there, and then continue on with your front post single crochet. And then when you get to where your stitch marker is, you have your last one, and you just slip stitch to join. All right, and now we're ready for the next round. You should have it. It should be standing up. You're starting to see that it's starting to be a container. So if you're going to use the wire, now is the time to grab that out and cut a piece of that off, and you just cut it with a pair of scissors. And what I do, and this is the way I do it, is I bend the little tip of it, and all we need to do is, what I do is I stick it in there, so I kind of holds it in place for me at the beginning, and all we're going to do is just crochet right over the top of it. And so for this round, for round 2, is we're going to chain 1, and we are going to do another row of single crochet all the way around. The difference is going to be is we're just going to be chaining, go right on top of that wire. So I'm just going to go in and go right on top of it, and you'll just have to manipulate the wire as you go around, and this will just give it a little bit more stability. So same process as before, except for now we're going to be using both the front and the back loop. When you get down to the bottom, you still want to do your 3, and then when you get to the top of the hearts, you still want to do your extra single crochet in each of the corners. Alright, I made it back around, and don't forget up here you still only want to do a slip stitch. Don't forget about that one. So I'll go in, I have a couple more, but my ends are there, and so what I do, and you can do whatever you like, but what I've been doing is I just twist them together. I've been twisting them and then folding it. I twist it and then I fold it on itself, so I have it tucked inside of the thread. And then if I needed to, I actually cut it. I've been twisting and folding, and that way when I crochet on top of it, it sticks them inside of it. See, so my ends are there, but it's inside. And then I can still continue on and just crochet right back on top of it, and then tuck it in as I go. And that's my last one, so I could slip stitch in here to join, and I can feel the wire in there. So there we go. And so for mine, push it in there a little bit more. And so when you get done with this round, you're going to feel it's a little bit more sturdy, right? So from here, what you do at this point, so this thing, what we did with using the I9 and then the 4-weight yarn, this thing should measure about 3 inches by 3 inches. If you wanted to make this base here taller, all you'd have to do is either go up in hook size, or instead of doing double crochets here, which is what we did, 9 double crochets, do 9 trebles, and then you're going to end up with, it's almost 4 inches in height. I mean, dramatically changes it. That's a way to increase it as far as making this base bigger. So from here, what's going to happen is, on my one here, I had the first row, the single row, and then I changed it here. And so if I was ready for that, what I would do is change colors and maybe do a white and then do a pink row of pink. Same exactly what we do, except for without the wire, and then my base is done. So 2 more rows of single crochet around and your base is done, and then you're ready for your top. And for your top, let me just untie this because I just have it tied on. You can see I'm just pulling it right off. For your top, it is creating the exact same thing. So there is our 12, and there's our double crochets, and then 2 rows of single crochet. And when you're done with that, and this is with the bigger, when you're done with that, you're going to put it on top and then snip off some ribbon and just tie it on. And that is the process as far as it goes. All right. Yeah, if you have any questions or any comments, or if I wasn't clear enough on the process or procedure, let me know, and put the information down in the comments, and I'll get back with you. Super glad that you joined me today, and have a fantastic day.